Namaste, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. So, today I am here with the topic of Kal Sarp Yog. So, we will discuss about the Kal Sarp Yog, and also because this Kal Sarp Yog is going to be a main or a major theme till 31st of July 2026. All right. So before we move ahead, if you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get regular updates. For your personal readings, you can check out the link in the description box www.anmollastrology.com. Under the readings and unique readings section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Under the courses section, you can sign up for online courses. There are three courses available now. One is the Vedic foundational course, the Prashna seminar, and the complete predictive course, which is latest there. And it is going to be all about nakshatras, tribhagi analysis, transits, gochar, everything. So, like all the things that you need to be a predictor through astrology, that's there within those courses. For any help or assistance, you can email me at contact.asastrology@gmail.com. All right. So let's get started with this video. So the purpose of making this video today is because ever since 23rd of February 2026 until 31st of July 2026, occasionally, time to time, we are going to have the Kal Sarp Yog created. So if you do not know what Kal Sarp Yog means, whenever all the seven planets are towards one side of the Rahu Ketu axis. Like, for example, currently Rahu is in Aquarius and Ketu is in Leo. So, if all the planets are between Leo to Aquarius, or they might have been, this is not the situation going on right now, but if they might have been between Aquarius to Leo, that would have also been the Kal Sarp Yog. So whenever all the planets are towards just the one side, including Moon, then it is called as Kal Sarp Yog. So why I said that they are occasionally creating Kal Sarp Yog, because Moon transits every 2.5 days. So whenever Moon moves away from Aquarius until the time it enters Leo, it is going to break the Kal Sarp Yog pattern. So the particular scenario will not be made. But once it enters Leo, until the time it goes away in the zodiac sign of Pisces by exiting Aquarius, it will be creating the Kal Sarp Yog. So that's why I thought, why not to talk about Kal Sarp Yog today? Because this is a yoga which has a lot of fears around it. But if you'll check the charts of most of the successful people basically have this yoga. Or even if you have the yoga in your chart, you will understand that if you use this yoga efficiently, if you work harder against this yoga, you will be able to achieve the success, which is going to be extraordinary. So we understood how the Kal Sarp Yoga is created. As per the transit, we'll talk about the transits later, but as per the transits, it started in on 23rd of February, is going to be till 31st of July 2026, and occasionally it is going to be. So it's not that for whole duration it is going into the Kal Sarp Yoga. All right. So Kal Sarp Yog, as the name suggests, if you divide, Kal means time. Sarp means serpent. So it's the serpent of time. Just assume that Rahu Ketu is the snake, right? It's the snake, the whole axis is snake. And just assume that all the planets are basically strangled by that snake. They are on the one side of the snake and they are unable to go towards the other side. So in this way, there's a struggle, right? And also, there's always a motivation to go towards the other side. Because suppose you are in a cave, like, yesterday I was watching a movie with my daughter, and it's the movie Swapped. I think it's recently added on Netflix. It was a beautiful movie. So, one of the and actually, I think it resembled so much that today I had to make this video. And yesterday I was watching that video. Sorry, watching that movie because there was a scene where the Javan and that Puku, that was the name of the animal. So both of them have to cross a root snake tunnel. And for that, they have to help each other to move on the other side of that root snake tunnel. So that's how these planets work. These planets do go through intense situation, but there's always a motivation to go to the other side, to go towards the success. So let's talk about a person who has a Kal Sarp Yog. And if you are checking the Kal Sarp Yog, check it in the D1 chart. Also check it in your Chalit chart. Even if you have Kal Sarp Yog in your Chalit chart, that is going to be valid. So if in your D1 there's only one plan planet, or sometimes there can be two planets or more than that as well. In your D1, they are not into this domain. They have crossed Rahu and Ketu, but sometimes in your Chalit chart, they might move back and they might create the Kal Sarp Yog. So check in your natal D1 chart and check in your Chalit Krishan Murti Padati chart, KP chart. Okay, so for a person having the Kal Sarp Yog, everything happens in an intense manner. Everything that will happen in their life will happen intensely. If there is a failure, it's an intense failure. If there is a success, it's an intense success. That's what happens in their life. There's always an intense internal struggle that they have to go through. And the very good example, and I think every astrologer or every learner of astrology would know that the biggest and greatest example of the Kal Sarp Yog is Amitabh Bachchan, because he also have all the planets on one side of Rahu and Ketu. And Rahu and this Kal Sarp Yog basically means it's the serpent of time. This is the karmic debt that you have taken forward from the past life to this life. And now you have to master the positions of Rahu and Ketu. So the greatest remedy is not that you take the joda of the Nag and Nagin and you put that on the Shivling. If you do that with your whole heart, if you do that, if you do the puja of Lord Shiva with your whole heart, not just for the sake of because you have a Kal Sarp Yog, but for the sake of your devotion and dedication, you will 100% get the power to go through these intensities and receive success and growth. But if you are merely doing this remedy just for the fact because you have been told by a priest or an astrologer and that's why you are doing it, I don't want to be negative, but that's not how it works. For you to master this position, for you to get out of the Kal Sarp Yog or to use, actually, it's not to get out of it, it's to use it efficiently. How you can do is you can master the position of Rahu and Ketu in your chart, wherever the axis falls. Bring in balance onto those houses, understand and address the themes of those two houses, and you will achieve success which is never ending. Another thing with a person to have Kal Sarp Yog, another thing that happens with them is that as long as they are working with their body, as long as they're working, they're doing that hard work, not just smart work, but they are doing the hard work. They're going to have success the moment they'll sit down, the moment they'll stop working hard, or they would stop being there physically, or they would stop showing up. Things are going to start falling down. So even if a person who has the Kal Sarp Yog, even if that person is 80, 85, or even if they are the most successful and they decide that let's just, get the money or earn the money maybe through rental income, maybe by just sitting at home, let's just put investments and earn money through them. Something would happen and they would not be able to enjoy it. They would not be able to remain at that, stable graph. So they have to work hard. It's like they have to work twice for half the results. That's how their fortune is. That's how their bhagya or their kismat is. That the body is required to work hard because that's the karmic journey you have carried forward from your past life. So everything happens in extreme. There's an intense struggle that goes on, and it's the serpent of time. Now let's understand how this Kal Sarp Yog is going to affect all of us during this duration within 2026. So, first of all, this would intensely affect the people who already have the Kal Sarp Yog, whether in the D1 chart or in the Krishan Murthy Padati chart. So if you already have it, you would experience 100x results, but the ones who do not have it might have just a little gist of it occasionally. But let's understand what effects it could give so that we all know how to deal with it. So, first of all, it will make you feel stagnation. It will make you feel the feeling of strangled, like as if you are being strangled, you are being restricted. Things are being stagnant, things are not working out. So, whenever the duration of Kal Sarp Yog will be there, there will be stagnation. And as soon as the moon moves ahead of Aquarius and till the time it reaches Leo, that is the time when things will work around and things will move for you, irrespective of all the planets which are moving in the Kal Sarp Yog, boundary. So the strangledness is there, the unnecessary, I would say, but it's like unjustifiable fear that you have. It's like you don't know of it, you don't understand why I have a sense of fear, but you will develop a strong sense of fear. All right. And that is because just imagine if it's a snake, like it's a huge snake, like a cobra. If you get to encounter that snake, if it revolves around your body, will you be able to move? No. But there will be fear? Absolutely, there will be fear. And also, you would try to get out of that circle that it has made around you. You will take intense strength, all the strength that is present in your body. You'll take all the strength to get out of its body, its tail. And that's the amount of strength a person with a Kal Sarp Yoga basically needs. Or even us during this time of Kal Sarp Yoga, we would require that strength to get out of it. So there can be stagnation, many things, many events that you knew that had to be take place for you, that you knew that had to happen for you, is not going to work out. So it will make you have a sense of feeling of stagnation, feeling of being stuck, feeling of having fear. But it's very temporary. The remedy is to get out of this state, to learn the art of patience, to learn the art of hard work. Nothing is going to work out if you feel that I'll be sitting and everything will happen for me. Also, with this year of Sun, Surya, the action and discipline is also needed. If you think I'm going to sit back, relax, everything is going to work out for me, or I've done the necessary amount of hard work, now I'm just going to sit and wait for the results, trust me, it is not going to happen till 31st of July. So if you are feeling stuck, go ahead, work for it without any expectation of completion. All right. And the other thing is that the Kal Sarp Yog is happening with Rahu and Ketu being between Leo and between Aquarius. So, wherever in your birth chart this axis of 5 and 11 comes, that is the area that where you need to master the theme. So, eventually, since this is the fifth and the 11th axis, fifth house is about your confidence. Fifth house is about your decision making power, your intelligence. With Ketu coming here, your intelligence should be backed up by your intuition. Your intelligence should be backed up by your analyst behavior, your critique nature, your critical analysis. So you need to use your brains. You need to be firm on your decisions. You need to work on your stand. You need to work on what you decide for yourself. You need to stick up to your decisions. For all of us, with Ketu in the zodiac sign of Leo, it is testing our confidence to the core. It is testing whether we are taking the firm stand or the rigidity, not the negative rigidity, but the actual rigidity that is needed for being firm on and assertive on your decisions. So, first is that you need to have a fair and rational sense of belief and sense of decision. On the other side, we have Aquarius. How do you bring in balance towards your decision and towards the welfare of the society or welfare of the people in your surroundings? That's what Aquarius is about. So, during this stagnation, during this time where you are feeling that things are not working out or things are not working the way I knew it would have worked out. Now, this Kal Sarp Yog wants you to be as patient as possible and as evaluative as possible within your decisions and within how it is benefiting in for the people in your surroundings. So there can be intense intense anger issues, intense confidence issues that a person may go through. And there can be intense experiences with others, with the government, with the recognition within your career or within basically fulfilling of your desires. So this is a fight between what you decide and what you desire. That's what this Kal Sarp Yog will basically intensify during this timeline. So, this Kal Sarp Yog wants you to struggle for what you decide and for what you desire, to rationally evaluate what is it and how you need to work upon it. That's what Kal Sarp Yog basically represents. And if you are checking that in your own chart, just check where do you have Rahu and Ketu while the Kal Sarp Yog is happening. And then understand those two houses and the zodiac signs present in those two houses. You will understand what is the karma that the universe wants from you in this life. And once you master that karma, you will be able to achieve success. Like, for example, Amitabh Bachchan has this Kal Sarp Yog in Ketu and Aquarius itself only. But I think it's reversed. Ketu is in Aquarius and Rahu is in Leo. So he did master the field of drama, the field of theater, so as to get his desires fulfilled in regards of recognition. And with this example, I also got another thing in mind with Kal Sarp Yog. You need to detach from the area of Ketu, and you need to work towards the area of Rahu. Why? The serpent is there. So you need to bring the balance between the two houses, between the two zodiac signs, but you need to understand that how you need to detach from the wanting of where Ketu is. It doesn't mean you have to obsess over where Rahu is. But what is the karma of Ketu? Ketu is detachment. Ketu is understanding that this is something that I have achieved. So, just having a sense of underlining satisfaction towards it, that, okay, I will have faith towards the area where Ketu is, and Ketu will give me the unasked blessing. So, the moment you detach yourself, the moment you leave it upon your faith on God in regards of where Ketu is present. Like, for example, let's conclude that with example so that it is more understandable. Right now, Ketu is in Leo. So if you are demanding respect, you're demanding the expression of love, you're demanding to be respected, to be loved, to be able to express yourself, to be able to have that freedom, to be able to have luxury, to be able to have money. The moment you detach yourself from the thing that I want this, I deserve this, you'll start getting everything. So, in order to get this, you need to first make sure that you are doing what is right for the society. You're doing what is right for the people in your surroundings, because Aquarius is your social circle. It's the recognition you get from the society. But Aquarius not just represents society for everyone, it represents the circle that you are in, the people who are in your surroundings. So the moment you start fulfilling your duties towards that side, the moment you address that my desires are to be achieved because I am going to work upon this particular desire of mine, this particular thing of mine, the moment you'll start getting everything. Trust me on this. That's what this, and when the Kal Sarp Yog happens within the transit, the possibility of achieving or the event happening becomes twice, becomes more intense. That's the reason Kal Sarp Yog makes things go intense, whether it's wrong or it's right. So the stagnation is only for the duration when you are going through the learning of the lesson. But once you learn it, once you achieve it, it's always that you are going to receive the growth. You're going to receive the results. So the possibility or the probability of getting the result and in your favor is very high during the Kal Sarp within the transit. So it's not denial at all. I hope I'm trying, I'm making the point. All right. So that's what I wanted to discuss here with this Kal Sarp Yog. And for everyone, I wish this video reaches to everyone who is feeling frustrated, who is feeling that as if things are not working out, as if so much of stagnation is happening currently. I wish my video reaches there and you are able to understand that, okay, it's okay to have stagnation. It's okay to get things with delay. But also, this is your opportunity. Take it as an opportunity that you can make a future for yourself. You can do things for yourself. All right. So, guys, this was my analysis about Rahu and Ketu's creation of Kal Sarp Yog till 31st of July. And I hope this makes sense to all of you. We'll see you with the next video. Bye bye. Take care.